Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 3 of unit number 3 higher order differential equations. So far we have discussed about the general solution of linear differential equation of nth order with constant coefficient. In previous video we have discussed about we know that the general solution of a differential equation of nth order has two parts of solution. One is complementary function and another one is particular integral. And in previous video we have talked about the rules for calculating complementary functions. So in this video I am going to cover the examples on determination of complementary functions. Okay, so question on the complementary function can be of this type: solve the following differential equations. So whenever the question is of the type solve the following differential equation, it means the given differential equation will be of the type homogeneous differential equation, because we have discussed that the only homogeneous differential equation has complementary function as their general solution. Okay, or they may ask you to calculate find complementary function. This type of question may be asked to you. And another thing, even if they simply say solve the equation, and if the given differential equation is the homogeneous differential equation, it means we have to calculate the complementary function only for that particular differential equation. For homogeneous differential equation we don't have to find particular integral. Okay, now few examples I have written here. Okay, some of them I will solve. Once you get the idea how to do it, then you can definitely do the rest examples. Okay, some for practice definitely I am going to leave for you, and some of the examples I will solve here. Okay, and another thing, one more time I will revise how we obtain the complementary function. So whenever one differential equation is in front of you, very first we calculate its auxiliary equation, and which is given by phi of d equal to 0. Okay, so means for given differential equation we need to find the polynomial in d. Okay, so whenever the derivative are appeared in the form of d by dx or dash, in such a case we convert it to d first. Okay, by using d equal to d by dx. And if the differential equation is already in the form of capital D, then it will be very easy to determine phi of d in that case. Okay, another thing you must know the standard notation for the differential equation of nth order. It is phi of d operating on y f of x. This is the standard notation. Okay, and this coefficient of y is your phi of d, and when you equate that phi of d to 0 we will get the auxiliary equation. And the next task is, once you get the auxiliary equation, our next task is to determine its roots by using the known methods of finding roots of a polynomial. Okay, that methods are called as factorization method, synthetic division method. There are so many methods, or you can use the calculators also for determining roots of the polynomial up to degree 3. Okay, so anyway you can proceed and get the roots, and once we get the roots, apply the rules for determining complementary function. There are total four rules that we have discussed in previous video. Okay, so let us start. So I will solve the very first example. It is d2y by dx square minus 5 times dy by dx minus 6y. So whenever the derivative in the differential equation is in the form of d by dx, we substitute. I will write the first given differential equation. It is d2y by dx square minus 5 times dy by dx minus 6y equal to 0. Okay, very first I will replace d by dx by capital D. So I will get the differential equation of this type: d square minus 5d minus 6 y common in all the term equal to 0. Okay, so this is of the type phi of dy equal to 0. Here auxiliary equation is phi of d equal to 0, and phi of d is what? D square minus 5d minus 6 equal to 0, which is a second degree polynomial. The next thing we have to do is find the roots of this. Okay, now whenever we have a second degree polynomial, the roots of second degree polynomial can be determined using this formula: minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by twice of a, for where the second degree polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. For this we have these rules. Okay, now on comparing this polynomial with this polynomial, we get the roots as minus of b. B is the coefficient of first degree term, that is minus 5. So minus of that will be plus 5 plus minus square root of b square, that is 25, minus 4 into a into c. A is 1, c is minus 6. 4 6 are 24 minus times, and this minus will become plus. 4 6 are 24. Divide by 2 times a, which is 2. Okay, so when you will solve this will be 5 by 2 plus minus root of 25 plus 24 is 49, root of that is 7, so it will be 7 by 2. So 5 by 2 plus minus 7 by 2. So once d will be 5 plus 7 by 2, and one time d will be 5 minus 7 by 2. 5 plus 7 12, 12 by 2 6, and 5 minus 7 is minus 2 by 2, minus 2 by 2 is minus 1. So the roots are 6 and minus 1, which are the real roots and distinct roots. Hence general solution is, this is the homogeneous differential equation, so the general solution will be y equal to yc, and this will be equal to, for distinct roots we have the number of roots is 2, so the total number of arbitrary constant that we have to use is 2. C1 e to the power first root, that is 6x, C2 e to the power second root, that is minus 1x. So this will be the solution, C1 e raised to 6x plus C2 e raised to minus x. Okay, let us take the next example. The next example is also again second order differential equation. So we'll get the second degree polynomial. Again, by using previous technique, you proceed and try to get the solution of this differential equation. The answer for this is C1 e to the power minus 2x plus C2 e to the power 5 by 2x. Means one root you will get as 5 by 2, and the second root you will get as a minus 2. Now I will do the third one. The third problem is d raised to 4 minus 2d cube minus d square y equal to 0. Here auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 minus 2d cube minus d square equal to 0. Okay, so this is a degree 4 polynomial, so it will have 4 roots. So we need to calculate all 4 roots. Okay, so the technique that we can use is factorization. Here d square is common in all the terms, so we can take d square common. Once we take d square common, we will get d square here minus 2d here, and here minus 1. Now there are two polynomials degree 2, so the roots of this will imply d square equal to 0 or d square minus 2d minus 1 equal to 0. So this will require d square equal to 0 means after taking root we will get 0 2 times. So 0 is the root which is repeated twice here. Okay. Now another polynomial we have here. This will also give the remaining 2 roots. Now we can use the factorization technique also. If factors, you know how to find factors, then you can go with factors, or second degree for formula for second degree polynomial for determining roots is also available. So let us check whether it is factorizable or not. Yes, it is factorizable. Sorry, it is not factorizable. Minus 1 is not factor. We can't find the factors of minus 1, which will give us the addition as true. So the formula that will apply is square that formula, discriminant formula, minus b. Minus b is here minus 2. So minus minus plus 2 plus minus square root of b square 4 minus 4ac. So this is again minus 1 into 4 minus 4 minus minus plus 4 upon 2a. So 2 by 2 is 1. Root of 8 will be 2 root 2. 2 will get cancelled. So we'll have here 1 plus root 2 and 1 minus root 2. So total 4 roots we have. All the roots are real. These are the real root. These two also real. 1 plus root 2 is a real number, and 1 minus root 2 also real number, and 0 is the root repeated twice. So one root repeated twice. Therefore y equal to general solution yc equal to 0 is repeated twice, so the constants for 0 will be c1x plus c2. 0 is repeated twice means two constants into e raised to 0x, which will be later become 1. Next constant is c3, and this is the one root, e to the power 1 plus root 2 x, and the fourth root is d 1 minus root 2. So e to the power 1 minus root 2 x, root 2x. Okay, so this will be the general solution. You can further rewrite as e raised, if you make e raised to 0 1, if you write e raised to 0 1, this can be written as c1x plus c2 c3 to the power 1 plus root 2x, c4 e to the power 1 minus root 2x. So this is the general solution, or CF you can say. So this is how we determine the solution. The calculation of roots becomes important here. Once you determine the roots correctly, and then after that, that 4 rules you need to apply carefully. Okay, then only you can get the solution. The next problem is d cube plus 6d square plus 11d plus 6y equal to 0. Now, if you see the auxiliary equation here, it is a degree 3 polynomial, d cube plus 6d square plus 11d plus 6 equal to 0. Okay. Now, for factorizing this degree 3 polynomial, we cannot do directly the factorization. Whenever we have a polynomial more than degree 2, if it is factorizable easily, then we factorize, otherwise we use synthetic division method. So in synthetic division method, I am going to use here synthetic division method for determining the roots. So very first we write the coefficients of highest degree term to lowest degree term in horizontal order. So the coefficient of highest degree term is 1, the next degree term is 6 plus 6, and here we have plus 11, the next coefficient constant term is 6. Okay, after that we draw two lines in this way, then we take this one here. Okay, one as it is we take, then we have to guess the roots. Okay, so whenever we are going to guess roots, so we give preference to plus 1 minus 1 initially, then plus 2 minus 2, then plus 3 minus 3. In that way we have to proceed. So we have to check. If we consider 1 here, then you need to check whether we'll get 0 at the end or not. Okay, but one can clearly see that 1 is not the root of this polynomial, hence 1 is not the, hence we are not going to start with 1. Okay, by after putting 1 we will not get LHS equal to RHS, but one can easily see that the minus 1 is the root. Okay, if we put minus 1 here, we'll get minus 1, here we'll get 6, here we'll get minus 11, here we'll get plus 6. 6 plus 6 12, minus 12 0. Or another way to check whether minus 1 is root or not, whenever the sum of the alternate coefficient is same, okay, at that time minus 1 is always the root of that polynomial. Okay, so you can see that sum of the alternate coefficient 1 and 11 is 12. Again, these are the alternate coefficients, their sum is also 12, hence surely minus 1 is one root. Okay, so I am starting with minus 1. So what is next? At the end we have to get 0 here. Okay, so minus 1 into 1, minus 1, write that here, multiplication, then do the addition. So here 5, again carry out multiplication in similar way. So minus 5, do the addition, 11 minus 5, 11 plus minus 5, that is 6, minus 1 into 6, minus 6, 6 minus 6, 0. So as we have got 0 here, so minus 1 is the root of that polynomial. Now this will be the coefficient of lowest degree term, means here we have the coefficient of degree 3 polynomial. Now this will be the coefficient of degree 2 polynomial. Another way, you can check the coefficient, again you can check the roots in similar way, or if this is the second degree polynomial, the remaining roots you can determine using the factorization method. Okay, so one root is minus 1, so the one factor will be d plus 1. D plus 1 is the factor which give us minus 1 root, d equal to minus 1 root, and this is the remaining second degree factor, d square plus 5d plus 6 equal to 0. Okay, the product of this polynomial will be the original polynomial. Now this will imply d equal to minus 1 and the roots of this polynomial. So we can factorize 6 as 3 into 2. Okay, so this will be the factor, that is d plus 2 and d plus 3 will be the factors of that polynomial, hence d equal to minus 2 and d equal to minus 3 will be the remaining roots. Now we have all the three roots with us and all of them are different. Therefore CF, that is y, equal to c1 e raised to minus x plus c2 e raised to minus 2x plus c3 e raised to minus 3x, using the rule of complementary function. Okay, now the next problem is the second degree polynomial we have here. Okay, so second degree polynomial we have, and its roots are imaginary, so that I will do for you. Now this next one you try at home. This is also degree 3 polynomial. One root is a real root of this polynomial and one root is complex. This is that second degree polynomial. 4y double dash minus 8y dash plus 7y equal to 0. Again, this is double derivative d2y by dx square. This is dy by dx and this is y. Here auxiliary equation is 4d square minus 4d plus 7 equal to 0. So if you try to obtain roots using that method, minus b plus minus, you will get here minus b, that is minus minus plus 8 plus minus b square 64 minus 4ac is 112, 4 4s are 16, 16 7 the 112, divided by 2a, that is 8. So 8 by 8, 1 will be the here, plus minus 64 minus 112 is 48. Okay, minus 48, and minus 48 can be written as minus 16 into 3. The root of the root of 16 is 4. 4 by 8 is 1 by 2. Root of 3 is root 3, and minus 1's root is iota. Okay, I, imaginary unit. Okay, so 1 plus minus root 3 by 2 I is the pair of complex roots. So this is real part, this is imaginary part, which we call as alpha and beta. Okay, therefore y equal to cf by that rule will be e raised to alpha x, that is e raised to 1x, into c1 cos beta x, beta is root 3 by 2, plus c2 sin root 3 by x. This will be the solution. Okay, the next problem, the problem number 6, you try at home. This is degree 3 polynomial. One root you can obtain using synthetic division, and the second degree polynomial's root we will get as imaginary roots, and the roots of this polynomial are CF. I will give you the answer for CF is, so this is the answer for that problem: C1 e raised to minus 3x plus e to the power x, C2 cos root 3x plus C3 sin root 3x. Now two problems remained. These two, seventh number I will do. This is the auxiliary equation of the seventh problem: d square plus 1 bracket cube into d square plus d plus 1 bracket square. So the total degree of this polynomial is, this is degree 2 raised to 3, means total degree of the first factor is 6, and the next degree is 4, and multiplication we have, therefore total degree is 10. So as this is the degree 10 polynomial, there will be total 10 roots, and there will be 10 arbitrary constant in the final solution. But here we can see that the given polynomial is in the factorized form. So this is the first factor, this is the second factor, and these factors are repeated. Power of this factor is 3. It means this factor is repeated 3 times, and this factor, second factor, is repeated 2 times. So whatever root of first factor will have, that roots will get repeated 3 times, and whatever roots of this factor will have, that root will get repeated 2 times. This is already second degree polynomial. Okay, and its two roots will get, and they will get repeated 3 times. Each root will get repeated 3 times, so total 6 roots will have, and here each root will get repeated twice, so total 4 roots will have. In total we'll have 10 roots. So let us calculate the root of the first factor. So first factor is d square plus 1 equal to 0. So if we simplify, we'll get the d as plus minus I, which are the imaginary roots, and imaginary roots are repeated 3 times. So plus I is repeated 3 times, and minus I is repeated 3 times. So pair of complex root is repeated 3 times. So here the rule 4 is applicable for determining the solution of this particular polynomial. If you see the second factor's roots also we will obtain as a imaginary, minus 1 by 2 plus minus root 3 by 2i, and these roots are repeated 2 times. So total 4 roots. This 6 plus 4, 10 roots. Now let us see how I have written the solution. Final solution, complementary function, will be total 6 root for this pair, and e raised to 0x we have here, which is 1. Okay, beta is 1, so cos x sin x I have written, and total 6 constants I have written distributed as 3 constants we have to write in the coefficient of cos, and 3 we have to write in the coefficient of sin. Okay, and whenever a root is repeated 3 times, at that time we have this type of constants in the coefficient, c1x square plus c2x plus c3. Okay, here the next 3, see up to 3 we have reached here, then up starts from c4x square plus c5x plus c6. So total 6 constants also we have given. Okay, so this completes the solution for the first pair of roots. Now the for second pair of roots, it is repeated 3 times. Alpha is minus half, so it will be e raised to minus half x into c7x plus c8 cos root 3 by 2x plus c9x plus c10 sin root 3 by x. Beta is this, and this root is repeated 2 times, so in the coefficient of cos and sin there will be 2 constants, and 2 constants will be write in this fashion: c7x plus c8 and c9x plus c10. So 6 7 8 9 10 10 constants. Okay, so this is how we can write the complementary function in the case of repeated roots. Now the last polynomial is d raised to 4y by dx raised to 4 plus m raised to 4y equal to 0. The auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 plus m raised to 4 equal to 0. Okay, so try to factorize this polynomial at home. Okay, you will get 4 roots and all of them will be imaginary. Try to get these roots. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in comment box. Okay, so in next lecture we'll discuss about the particular integral, how to do the calculation for particular integral, and then we'll start with the solving the differential equation of the type non-homogeneous type. In non-homogeneous type of differential equation, we obtain both complementary function and the particular integral in for every problem. Okay, so there also we are going to do the practice of complementary function. Okay, so that's it from this lecture. Thank you so much.